What up, y'all? It's the Hip Hop Paralegal back in the building. We about to check out this new Drake amended complaint. And y'all know why y'all came over here. I'm the Hip Hop Paralegal. I know more about law analysis than the rest of the podcasters. So tap back in with them when the music and the tunes is popping. Let's get it going for the legal experts. Bing! Be careful what you wish for is crazy talk at the courthouse. I'm not gonna lie. Universal Music Group has issued a warning to Drake following the rapper's decision to amend his defamation lawsuit with new claims targeting Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show performance. There it is, folks. That's the long ass headline, all right? Short story long, Drake has amended the complaint. We're back at it again. And so here's the thing, guys. I made a video about this a couple of days ago, put it on the internet, and I told the world, hey guys, you're ignoring discovery. You remember when I said this right here? Here's the one thing I haven't heard anyone speak on. In the discovery process, the defendant also gets to ask for records related to claims that they've made, or maybe remarks that they may be defending. So nobody has commented on the fact that UMG is going to get to ask for records of their very own. Maybe they'll ask for Instagram conversations, DMs. Maybe they'll ask for phone records. Maybe they'll ask for text message histories. Who knows what they'll ask for? And when they ask for that shit, maybe it'll be overwhelming. You know what I mean? Unduly burdensome. So who should provide their whole DM history? So maybe UMG will have to narrow the search history down to specific individuals that they may think they're aware of that have had weird interactions. If they already know about those people's weird interactions, maybe they already have their own records from those individuals. That's right, guys. That's exactly what I said. Hey, nobody's focusing on the fact that UMG gets to ask Drake for discovery as well. Blah, 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 blah. You heard it. Now, here's the most interesting part. After UMG said, be careful what you wish for, it looks like we were on the same page. They said 2 weeks ago, his representative celebrated a win, the granting of a routine discovery motion. That win will become a loss if this frivolous and reckless lawsuit is not dropped in its entirety, because Drake will personally be subject to discovery as well. I said that. That's why y'all need to come over here. Y'all need to stay tapped in over here, because I'm the only one on the whole internet who said, hey guys, this is a win, I guess. But in reality, I don't think it's going to go much further, because pretty soon UMG is going to be presenting some very interesting questions of their own. Unless my man want to answer them, he'll go ahead and nip this one right in the bud. So I'm pretty proud of myself, and I am urging you to follow up with me, because I gave you that information before the professionals even did it, right? So go ahead and click that like, go ahead and click that subscribe. Now let's get into it, okay? So my boy Drizzy Drake has amended the complaint, and I already hear you're talking like, oh my God, what is a complaint, bruh? Okay, bruh. All right, bruh. Since you asked, what is a complaint? A complaint is a legal proceeding, a legal document which you might draft if you had an issue with someone and you needed to lay it out and you wanted it to be heard by a court of law. You will list a number of alleged accounts, put those documents in a complaint, and go ahead and submit that to the court and say, hey, consider this. And let that other person know that you're considering this. Alrighty? So let's take, for instance, if you got a girl or if you got a man and your man were to come to you with a full list of things you've done wrong recently. Number one, Thursday, you were a piece of shit. Number two, Saturday, you didn't give me a hug. Number 71, admit that your mother never loved you and now you don't know how to love a woman, Chandler. Oh, wait up. I went too far. I've gone too far. All right. But that's what a complaint is like when somebody lists all of those things in consideration for the court to hear, and the court informs the other party, known as the defendant. The initiating party is known as the plaintiff because they issued the complaint. You get it? You see where I'm going? So that's what a complaint is, all right? And I hear what you're saying, all right? But Chandler, Drake already did that. He gave a list that reminded me of my bitch ass girlfriend. Yes, I know. This is the amended version of that. So this is like if your girlfriend was like at the end of the argument, she was like, and nigga, wait. This is actually like if 2 weeks later your girlfriend was like, and nigga, I didn't even mention that you're a lame and I don't like you. Okay? All right? That's what this is like. If they amend the complaint, the initial proceeding that they drafted up to include more nonsense about what you did wrong. Okay? So that's what a complaint is, and that's what an amended complaint is. All right? So he did already do that. We never discussed it here, but don't you worry, right? Because I'm getting the full video prepared as we speak, breaking down that complaint word by word. For now, we have just the video breakdown of the UMG discovery response and the video where I included this very pertinent information ahead of schedule. So go ahead and follow me if you're looking for things ahead of schedule. All right. All right. As I stated, I'm going to do a video breakdown of the full complaint, very precise and thorough, and it's going to include the amended parts. But for right now, I just want to touch on a couple of things about this amended complaint. As you see, if you look at it, many of the things listed are in red. Those are the parts that have been added or changed, just so we can keep up with what's going on. All right. So that red writing, that merely means that those things have been added and changed. And the majority of what's been added is information related to time passing. So if they said that there were 300 million views on the video, they're now updating that information to 350 million views. They're basically wanting to quantify the level of damage that Drake is still going through and how UMG is still proceeding to promote the song. But there is some hot tea in here, guys, that I'm going to go ahead and touch on today before I do the full breakdown. So let's get into the hot tea. Don't burn yourself, because this is super scorching. Alrighty? These guys are claiming that the Grammys were bought cash money billionaire style. Okay? They said they bought all of those Grammys for cash. Look, guys, it's right here on page 100. Negotiating and paying for the recording to be nominated at the 2025 Grammys and played at the Super Bowl. Guys, they say it right there. The hot tea is spilling all over the place. UMG paid for the Grammys and the Super Bowl cash money. Here's another thing, folks. They also added a bunch of comments from the comments section on Kendrick Lamar's YouTube page. Do you want to know what the comments say? Because I do. Here's what the comments are saying, guys. This is one of those situations where you kind of just got to kill yourself if you're Drake. Wow, these comments are harsh. Drake not going to be able to touch down in Cali going forward. That's mean, bro. Look, I love this song. We would have never known Drake is a whole pedophile if this information wasn't exposed. That was thought of by a rational, insane mind. And last but not least, respect and love you, Kendrick, for keeping it 100. From your tone, anger, and passion behind your words, there is no doubt on my end that Drake is indeed a pedophile. Wow, that's almost as good as Anthony Fantano saying it himself. Very well worded. And again, a reasonable mind would only conclude what that guy concluded. So, look, after that hot tea, we get into the very next most important part of it. Our boy, Mr. Andre Romel Young, was mentioned by his government name as they included the fact that he high fived Lucian Grange at the Grammys, which solidifies the fact that the Grammys were bought and what? Paid for cash money billionaire style. So, guys, that's all the hot tea that I was able to really collect in this brief exchange. But here's some really action. Jokes aside, here are the important facts. When Drake's team went ahead and filed this, what they did was they quashed that motion to dismiss. So what UMG has to do, they have to go ahead and refile that motion to dismiss by June 7th. Okay? Then after that, Drake's team is going to respond to that filing again with why the motion should not be dismissed. The judge will rule on it once more, and he will rule that the motion won't be dismissed, and then we'll have the original hearing, which was set for June 30th, commencing moving forward. So, you know, that's what this amended complaint really serves to show, is that UMG is still promoting the song after this initial complaint has been filed. And so, like I said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm working on the video right now. As soon as I finish this statement, I'm getting right back into that video about the initial complaint and the amended complaint. It's going to be very precise and thorough. So just wait. In the meantime, go ahead and check out the last video I did on this lawsuit. And yeah,